G'day people, I'm Monster Dad and welcome back to Empyrion Ironman Season 8, Episode 5. Just thought I'd quickly explain why I'm pushing out so many episodes so early in the Empyrion Ironman. Empyrion Ironman is one of those unique situations whereby the biggest chance of death, other than within a mission, is during the first part of the game when you're doing the grinding and you're vulnerable to mob attacks, etc, etc. So I do a lot of recordings in the first week or so of the Ironman competition until I get myself established. Once that's done and there's no real grinding to do, you've got the resources you need, you've got the weapons that you need, you've got the vehicles that you need. You only really need to record when the missions are actually happening. So that's why there's quite a few episodes coming out in such a short sequence, or a big sequence of episodes in such a short time period. Get the words right. Today, I've got some food in this thing. So yeah, last episode we went up to the moon. I think I left you halfway back from the moon. What I did do is spent a bit of time and a bit of oxygen having a scout around in the... I'll just see if I've got any food in here. Around that asteroid field. Yeah, I've got enough. Oh, and I gathered a load of resources to make some anti-radiation medicine when I go back up there. So we're good. Oh, I haven't emptied my inventory from golem hunting. Been doing lots of that off camera. I'm at level 16 now, and that's primarily from killing golems. And I have a ton of good resources from doing that also. Boom. Got a bit of promethium now. On the way back onto the planet I did stumble across a small promethium deposit guarded by a drone, so I killed the drone and I mined out that deposit. So I'm desperate for promethium. So we've got that covered off now. As I said last episode, I didn't bother getting any of the cobalt whilst I was up at the moon. I wanted to get some anti-radiation meds done first. Found a few more asteroids in the asteroid belt. I found a cobalt one. I think I found a silicon one on camera, and the iron one was the first one I think I found. What was the other one I found? A promethium one I think I found as well. So we're doing well for that. I didn't mine any of it. Like I said, I didn't have the anti-radiation meds with me, so I didn't want to risk it. Didn't want to risk it for a Swiss kit. So coming back into planet should have sort of, yeah, it's made the fog of war a little bit see-through. What I wanted to find was there any more deserts. Oh yeah, there's a lot of desert around there. Oh yeah, holy shmoly, Batman. Cool beans. Okay. I mean, it's a long way from the base, but we can really get a ton of golem. We can do some long extended missions golem hunting around this area, depending of course where the hostile POIs are. I mean, if it's full of Xerax patrols around there, then obviously we're a bit stuck because our HV wouldn't last too long. With that, we'd probably have to do it the old-fashioned way with a rifle and bullets and use the SV to hunt. It'll be faster anyway. Anyway, what I wanted to do was show you what I'd done. I think last episode I mentioned that I created a skeleton of a base, just the external structure really, in creative. And the reason I did that, again, another unique thing about the Ironman competition is that we're always working towards the next mission. I don't know what the next mission is at the moment, but we're always working towards the next mission. So quite often we have to do a lot of grinding, and we're a bit strapped for time for doing things like building and things you would generally do in a Let's Play that you can you chill out and spend a ton of time building. So I avoid that in the Empyrion Ironman, or did last season, and I will this season. So the reason I did like the skeletal structure of this building in creative is it took about 45 minutes in creative to sort of develop this shape and this structure. Whereas if I'd done it... Oh, is that going to fall down? Yes. Let's turn those back on, shall we? Do you know what? I don't know why I'm parking there. I've actually left 2 spaces up here, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet. I think one of them's going to be an SV landing pad. I'm not sure where that's going to be. This bit here, or that bit up there. Possibly this one, because I'm tempted to turn this bit into you know, a roof garden. Because one thing I didn't do with this was plan in a garden room, a garden gnome. So I'll leave the SV there for a moment. Let me go down to the bottom first, and I'll give you a quick tour of the skeleton. Yeah, so if I'd done this and sort of developed the idea on camera, the likelihood is it would have taken twice as long as that to get something going. So that's why I did it in creative and then brought the actual structure in. So there's no equipment in this at all. There's only the core, these stairs, and the lift that goes up the center. Apart from that, it's all concrete. There aren't any windows, no power systems, no equipment whatsoever, no texturing. I thought I'd leave all that for during the actual game. So I was quite pleased with how it turned out. Initially started looking like an office block. Excuse me. So I figured I need to do something on this end. So I came up with this idea. It looks like a kind of giant mace, I guess. But yeah, pretty tall. But that's what I wanted. So we come in here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this little area here. I might make this a kind of armory that you can just go in your armor locker to lockers and things like that, and change out your weapons and equipment loadout before you head off out on a mission. This is going to be the power room in the equipment room, and then we go up. All this will be windowed on the lift, and I'll probably have windows all the way up to there as well on there, so it's let loads of light in. So we go up to, have I missed the floor? No. So the first floor, these, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these rooms. This area here, the open areas along here, I've earmarked for windows. So we're going to get some nice views. Yay, cool beans. Yeah, this little sandy island, perfect. The golems that I've been hunting are just over here, around there, so they're really close. There's 7 golems in total that I've discovered that spawn across that sand area there. So they've provided all of my rare resources and experience so far. So I'm very grateful to them. Again, identical room. And then there's a third room above this one that is identical. Again. Why is that bit there? I think that is an accident. But I guess we could turn it into something, couldn't we? And then as we get up to here, it comes into the sort of, I guess it's the sort of penthouse suite. I was going to put big double windows on this one, but actually what I might do is put double windows and a glass. Oh, I can't put a glass door because I'm not airtight. Yeah, maybe just a force field emitter and no door. That might work. But what I was thinking of doing is extending this bit out a little bit by 1 block and having a nice balcony here that goes all the way around here. I may not even need to extend it. I could just have the windows and a force field emitter there and just have 1 level of balcony here that goes round. I think that would be quite nice. But yeah, cool. Yeah, I was quite pleased with it. Yeah, like I say, it didn't take too long in creative because you can mess around with the blocks and change things, and you don't need to worry about losing resources. So up here, I sort of earmarked initially as an SV landing pad, but I might actually turn it into an outside garden and have this as the SV landing pad up here. But I may end up, let's try not to fall off because I will die, and then that will be the end of my Ironman. Yeah, I'll have to put railings up here, without a doubt, because I'm going to end up falling off one day with my jetpack off, and that'll be it. End of Iron Man Season 8 for a stupid reason. So that's my base, my future base. Now it's not powered. There are no power systems in it, I should say. So it shouldn't attract drone attacks, and I think it's far enough from that pathing route down to the log cabin for the drone attacks not to be attracted to the core. I've yet to test that because I haven't had a drone attack since I placed this here. So let's get rid of that. Now, one of the things I want to do today is loot this village. And if we have time, I want to loot at least one of these crashed capital vessel. I'm going to have to take some explosives with me for that. Okay, so I'm going to have to make some explosives. Where's that village? Yeah, so the village, I visited the village, but I didn't look in the loot containers. The main reason I went up there is I needed to mine out a silicon deposit that was there because I was desperate for it. Yeah, so I found a few things around, lots of abandoned things which I can't go near because they have hostile turrets, so we're not allowed to touch them. So the village really is about the only thing, apart from the crashed vessels, they're the only things that I can actually loot. I haven't found the MS Titans. I'm not going to instigate the Robinson Protocol at all through the game, so I'll have to hunt them down the old-fashioned way. So let's head back to the base, and I want to make some explosives so that we can get through the doors on at least one of those crash vessels. But I'm excited as to what to find in that village. I really would like some medium armor, because with the medium armor the radiation issues on the moon will be non-existent, and in space, and it holds more oxygen as well, so I can last a bit longer between breaths, because I was going through my oxygen pretty swiftly, I have to say. You watch, I'm just about to leave and I'll get a drone attack and then won't be able to go anywhere. Whee! I don't know if I did it on camera last episode or not, but I got my light armor. I put an armor locker. Yeah, I'm sure I did actually. I put an armor locker on the little HV and got changed on that. Yeah, I must have done it on camera. It's went up to the moon, didn't I? Okay, so we need some explosives. I think I unlocked explosives. Yeah, I certainly did. Let's make 10. That should do us for a little while. I should really put a minigun turret on my HV now if I'm going to keep that one for a while. I could probably do with more ammunition, but ho hum. I've been gathering the resources to make meds, so I've got 22 health packs now, so I'm doing really, really well with that. Might as well eat while we're in here. And they're surprisingly easy to make. So these things, the Alien Plasma ZL1, are pretty straightforward to make. You get tons of eggs from reptiles and things like that, and you can find them lying around. Alien parts, that's these things, you get tons of those from spiders, and nitrocellulose you get from trees. So they're really easy to make, and make 4 at a time. To make these, again, eggs, you get loads, nitrocellulose, and you need 2 of these. These are the ones that you find under the water. They look like coral, and you can pick those. I haven't actually found anywhere you get these from. I've only ever made them. But I don't bother picking these now because I use these to make these. And the only thing I go around and gather by hand is the alien thorn, I think it is. Yeah, the alien thorn, which is the cactus plants in the savannah, and there's always tons of those around. Oh, I've got 25 of them now, actually. So yeah, and I gathered a few things to make some anti-radiation meds. So yeah, got a bit of that just to be on the safe side. But hopefully we'll find some medium armor in the village. Do you know what? We'll go with 5. I can't bother to wait for any more. Now, Yeah, I think what we'll do, I'll make sure we've got a tent with us. And if it's still dark when we get there, oh, do you know what? We might as well sleep before we head off. I know the sun's going to be coming around that way, so we won't have too long there. Are you kidding me? Now I can't go anywhere until this is done. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut there and I'm going to wait until this drone attack comes in, and then once that's done we can head off to the village. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Later. Welcome back. Okay, so the final drone's just been taken down now. So we might as well nip out and grab the rewards. The spoils of war. More fuel, that's nice. Where did the other one go? I thought initially these would be a problem getting them, dropping them into the water, but do you know what? It's not a problem at all. If anything, it's easier because it's a nice flat area to drive over to in the hover vehicle without trying to navigate through trees or over bumps. Oh, let's not run over my stuff. So we're going to fly over to the village. I'm going to sleep first because we're heading into the night. We're making the night longer by heading west. So let's go sleep first, and then we'll head off. I did make myself a tent that I can keep. Oops, wrong button again. In the SV. I've got one in the HV. I should have one in the SV as well, just for those times when we need to sleep. Ooh. Oh, do you know what? That can go in the SV. And I'm making some cores, yeah. Figured I'd take some. I've put some of that into the SV, but it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit more, I guess. So that's all for the SV. Okay, we should be good. Let's get heading. Let's get heading out. See what goodies we can get. Bridge. There you are. Okay, good. Boom. We should be okay for fuel. So this way. Got my detector with me, so if we come across anything new, which we shouldn't. I mean, I sort of drove around that area in the hover vessel on the second or third episode. I can't remember which one it was. Sure is a lot easier. There's a lot of rough terrain between that log cabin and that village. Rough, mountainous, full of forest. It's a bit of a pain to navigate in a vehicle, in a hover vehicle. There's one of those alien towers over there. I think that's one of the ones from the Robinson Protocol mission. Nothing worth getting in there. So the last few times I've been to villages, they have removed the yellow loot containers Now, I'm not sure if that's a permanent thing or whether I was just unlucky. I don't know. Now, I am going to take out the Batfink spawner when I find it, because they're just a pain. So it's over there. There we go. Oops, not crash into the houses. All this is 200 experience for these because they're from grow plots. So hopefully every time I come back to this village they'll regrow. So this village should act as a bit of an XP farm as well, because I can farm the locals. I know it's not very nice, but I can. I mean, they're like 1600 XP a piece. Plus they drop some useful stuff. Plus you got all these plots that are 200 each. You know, there's a lot of XP in these villages. Now they haven't learned to come up ramps yet, thankfully. I mean, I could have left this spawner going as well and farmed these for XP, but I want to be able to just walk around the village peaceful-like, without having to worry when these guys are next going to spawn or crawl up behind me and rip my head off. So, yeah, that's why I've done that. So let's find these containers and let's see what goodies we have. Containers? Anywhere? That's not a good sign, is it? I think with this one there's usually one behind this head. Look at that, I just made 10 explosives. Okay, force field emitters for a base. Now that will be useful, because I was just talking about putting a force field emitter instead of a door on that penthouse suite. Cobalt silicon, which is good because some silicon's a bit rare at the moment. Good, 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 good. Useful, but not something I'm really after at the moment. Come on, there's got to be more. There's one. Oh, got tons of those now. Magnesium is always useful. Fuel packs are useful. Again, useful, but not particularly brilliant. Is that it? Is that really it? Is that really it? Is that all they've got for me? You know, I don't mean to sound ungrateful or anything, but, you know, I am a little bit ungrateful. That's real. That was a disappointment. Okay, let's get out of here and get on to one of the crash vessels and let's see what we can scavenge from there. Alright. Let's stick all that food into there for starters. Let's eat. Let's stick those into there. We don't really need them at the moment. I think 5 should be enough. Let's get out of here. I still think there's going to be another village around somewhere. I'm hopeful. Let's see where we're going. Okay, there's one crashed capital vessel there, and there's one there. So what have we got there? Damage generator, that's no threat. That's they're no threat. Okay, let's head to this. There shouldn't be any Zeellott patrols around those. I think one of those is I think that one's floating, and I think that one's on the ground. I certainly didn't hit any Zeellott patrols on the way past in the HV anyway, so should be okay. Yeah, a little bit disappointing, I have to say. So next episode, what I'll probably do is start getting some equipment into our main base now. And that's that damaged alien tower over there. Or is that one of the unknown artifacts? It might be an unknown artifact. I'm not sure. Yeah, start getting some equipment into that. Oh, there's the floating unknown artifact. We can't touch that. It's full of stuff. Yeah, sorry. Keep distracting myself. We'll start occupying the main base. We'll start texturing it, getting some equipment on it. Between episodes, I'll probably head up to orbit and mine a ton of silicon. That way we can actually put windows in the place, which will be nice. Okay. Looks like the shore's safe. We should be good. We should be okay. Straighten out again. We should float. Let's get my helmet on. Jetpack off. Turn off. I'm going to put the lights on. Get a bit of light under there. And I guess we better bring some oxygen with us. We'll use up those 9. Might as well fill up before we go down there. That should be enough for us. Let's get our light on. Thrusters, loads of thrusters. But then, you know, I can't see us needing a CV. I mean, it's possible. It might be nice to have a CV to get around the map, get our vehicles around the map. If we do feel the need to move like an SV and a HV closer to a target rather than head all the way back to a base, it might be useful just to have a kind of like a barge, a kind of CV workhorse type thing to do that with, or with which to do it. That's the correct way of speaking, I guess. Right, typical. Doors are buried. Okay. Oh, there's a cargo container. I'm going to grab that while we're here. Looks like this one requires a lot of digging. Now, strange thing with this, I can take my helmet off now. Now that I've dug down below the water level, it doesn't fill up. I can leave my helmet on, but I still don't use oxygen, but weird. Luckily it's all sand, so it's pretty easy to move aside. Now, I'm not very familiar with these vessels still, so I'm not sure where I need to go to. What I'm really after is the lockers and the wardrobes, because that's where, if anywhere, we're going to find something like a set of armour. What I don't want to do is spend a ton of time drilling So it may mean I come back off camera and have a proper look, and then just show you what I get when I'm back on next. Don't think that goes anywhere, does it? Am I right in thinking that's a dead end? So something like a med bay or a mess hall would probably have the highest chance of providing something really, really useful. Medium armour is what I'm looking for more than anything. Medium or heavy armour. One of each would be great. I thought this was going to be a dead end, but it clearly isn't. There's a way out there as well. Yeah. Good. It's the corridor that just keeps on giving. I'm sure you guys that have been around these crash vessels loads of times will be able to shout at me that I'm going in the wrong direction. More thrusters. I mean, if nothing else, even if I salvage them for their parts, there's going to be some good components in them. Oh, found a fridge. I'll wait that. And I've got cores with me, so if I found the core, I could take that and I can grab all these blocks whole, which is always useful as well. Is that a door? Sure is. Can we open it? No, we can't. We can open it that way though. Hopefully without destroying the fridge. Oh, it destroyed something. Just that one container? Yeah, it looks like. Is that a constructor? Oh, it is. Is it an advanced constructor? No, large constructor. Okay. Is that just a hole in the bottom of the ship? Does it go anywhere? Don't know. So if that's this construction room, it's probably just going to be cargo containers in here, which will just hold resources. I want to hide into nothing here, aren't I? Right, I think I'm going to come back off camera and explore this one in a bit more detail, because I will want to find a core so that I can salvage all the useful blocks like the constructor, the fridge, and any other stuff that I can get. I'll definitely want to salvage as much as possible from these. I'll probably take the thrusters whole at the moment, and if I feel I need to salvage the parts from them at some point, then I can always place them down and salvage them. But at the moment, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Let's go and have a look at the other one. Okay, what do we got around this one? Fortification, that's quite close to that, isn't it? Hopefully it's not too close. Let's go find out. And then I'm going to have a very brief look around this one because we're running low on time, and then I'll probably call it an episode at that point. Luckily they're not too far away from each other. So we've got lots of nasty things around. This might be too close. That is going to be too close, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, way too close. That fortification is going to start shooting at me. Oh well, can't win them all, I guess. Okay, well, I'm not going to head directly home. I'm going to head into space and get some resources, and I'll do that in between episodes. So I'm going to call an episode there. Thank you for watching yet again. I'm looking forward to getting next week's mission. I think we get that on the 4th of July, or shortly afterwards. Shortly after that. Please check out the other competitors. All their channel names and links are below in the description, and see what they're up to. I'll be following along closely with them. All good fun. Oh, before I finish, let me just show my stats. Level 16, 0 deaths. That's the most important thing. We have 1 life. Let's live it. Until next time, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you if you have. Please press that thumbs up button if you enjoyed that episode. And I'll see you all later. Have a great day. Bye.